when I handled my first watch with a Meteorite dial, I had to ask myself, is this real? Can anybody just buy a Meteorite on eBay and make a watch out of it? Answer, yes. And why? Let's find out. Welcome to Caseback Watches. My name is Tim, and in this video I'd like to speak a bit about meteorites first, because I have two Direnzo Mondial watches here, one limited edition with the named Meteorite dial. And I think this is a good time to address the question, is that stuff real? Or is it artificial made, like fake diamonds? Is it extremely rare? Is it extremely expensive? And the answer is pretty simple. It's not rare, it's not very expensive, and now we're completely confused. Because we all have seen these documentaries, let's say on YouTube, with astronauts on the moon, and then they collect material from the moon, and that material is extremely precious, extremely rare because it wasn't delivered. Exactly, it wasn't delivered. This is not the case with meteorites. First, our planet had millions of time to collect that material because every day meteorites fall on planet Earth. And now you may ask, wait a second, I've learned that an object that penetrates our atmosphere heats up and melts down to nothing, to dust. And this is in fact true. If you have a small object and that object travels through atmosphere, it melts down to zero. But in case it's bigger, it will survive that, because this journey through the atmosphere takes seconds, only seconds. And so on larger meteorites you will find a melted surface, but the inside, the core, is, let's say, hand warm. And so we have a constant supply with this material to our planet, and that's the reason why you can really buy it on eBay. You can check it out right now. You will find there meteorites to purchase for, let's say, 100 bucks. And next question is, can you use every meteorite for watches? Answer is no, because there are two basic classes. Most meteorites are stony material and they are classed as chondrites, and the second class are achondrites, and they consist of metal. And only about 6% of meteorites are iron meteorites, or a blend of rock and metal. And only these iron meteorites show this characteristic pattern you see here. It's called Wittmann-Steffen pattern, also known as Thomson's structure, and again found only in iron meteorites. And so conclusion here, you don't need a super luxurious brand to finance meteorite as a dial material. The price is a bit higher than a, let's say, a normal dial, right? And you can see this very good with the prices. They're always a smidgen higher than the regular price. And now last question, can it rust? A metal meteorite, can it show a rust over time? Answer, yes. When you see a meteorite, then it's sealed, or that dial is sealed with a special type of varnish to keep moisture away from your metal inside your watch. Okay, the foray can end here now. Now let's go in the light box. Let's check out two watches, the Meteorite dial, Direnzo Mondial, and another Mondial, very cool, with a yellow dial. I think my first yellow dial here in the studio. Let's do it. Brand new 2023, and this was a bit of a surprise because I thought, all right, yellow is not really my color. Maybe I could find this ugly in real life, but actually I find it pretty fresh. It's a bit summery, and I've worn this watch, and this was really something new, something pleasant on the wrist, especially together with mostly I've worn it with a white shirt, which was really a good combo. But anyway, let's go briefly about the dimensions here so that you know what we're talking about. So this is a watch with a case diameter of 40 millimeters, 48 in length, and the lug width here is 20. Height is indicated with 10.8. We have a sapphire crystal inside a Sellita SW200-1 Elaboré movement. And we have on the watch here, on the case and on the bracelet, a special anti-scratch coating. And this seems to work because many viewers stated that they have their Mondial for a couple of months or years now, and it really looks still good. And this is a press version here, so this is a used watch, but it looks pretty new. So I'm under the impression this stuff seems to help to protect the watch, especially here, these high polished sides here. So overall, very nice watch. We have the typical Mondial ingredients here, so this deep dial with this nice curve. We have this, let's say, airplane-inspired set of hands here, and all the ingredients I featured in earlier videos, and I really like here. Very legible, as you can see. And again, this yellow, this is not a, let's say, poisonous yellow. This is a really creamy butterscotchery. This is the color? I don't know. You know these guitars with a butterscotch tone. Reminds me a little bit of that. The case, as far as I know, is unaltered. I think this is, let's say, flight 3. So this is pretty much was under some development, but now it feels pretty good. This might be a bit subjective, but I'm under the impression that the polishing job is now really exquisite. There is nothing sharp and scratchy, but on the other hand, you can really see facets and they are not polished around. This would be very easy, of course. Did I mention the crystal? This is a sapphire, of course, again. Sapphire with anti-reflective coating, and you see, works. When I face it directly in front of a super strong light bulb, then it failed. But here in normal conditions, looks very, very good, very nice. Okay, screw down crown, and you can change the time, set the time with position 2. This is a basic cylinder function, and with position 1, you can cycle through the date, which you can see here very nice in this round date window, which is also a feature I like pretty much on this watch because it goes so nicely together with these rather small indices and the dot on the second hand. So very, very, very nice. You have now some options. This is pretty great. The bracelet is exquisite as well. I've worn this again, and again it just is a nice piece of equipment, a little bit of decoration. Then this butterfly clasp that I really love because it gives this neat look. But this system, of course, has critics, and they say, well, a quick change would be nice, so that you can change the size of the bracelet in smaller increments, so that you don't have to pull out here an entire link. And that's the reason why they offer this watch as well with a normal butterfly clasp, with a normal folded clasp. And there you go, this is the other type. And then you have some possibilities to alter the size in small increments. There's plastic on it. I will leave it like that, okay, because I don't like it, to be honest, because it's huge. I mean, this is a normal size for a clasp, but if compare this is just not the same. And so in my humble opinion, this is really the better option, although this works. If you like this, then yeah, why not? We all can choose here. All right, this is the yellow dial. Let's put it on the wrist. And there you go, 17 centimeter wrist, 40 millimeter watch. So it's really on the big side. What I like here is that it's relatively flat. See this? Very flat watch. So goes nicely under your shirt cuff. And yeah, nice look. Very nice look. Very pleasant. And here we have our Meteor now. Our Meteor together with a, let's say, a turquoise. So a color between blue and green. Although no, it's bright blue. Beautiful, beautiful, but of course goes not with everything. So I haven't worn this watch extensively because I thought, well, not so easy to pair it. Although, yeah, white shirt, right? With a white shirt, every watch works. And so we have the same dimensions here. So I will not go over them again. I will just show you the dial from different angles so that you can make up your mind if you like this look or not. It's very hard to catch the structure, so I will edit in some images, but it's certainly a very, very special look. And I think there is a certain group of buyers who really can value it, the space buffs or the Trekkies or other people who are a bit involved in science fiction culture or comic book culture. I mean, this is very cool when you say, oh, what kind of watch do you wear? And you say then, well, that's from outer space. And you can see that with the typical structure of a meteor. There's an angle where you can see it nicely. And this version here is limited to 60 pieces and it's slightly more expensive. The prices are a bit complicated, so I made this chart for you so that you can see it more easily. So from roughly 700 up to 1000, depends on your location, your currency and the time when you want to purchase this watch. There's our wrist shot with more distance. And then you can see there, you can see how it looks like. Of course, it might look different under broad daylight. This is a bit of an artificial situation here, but I think you have a first impression now. Okay, welcome back. And now briefly, availability. The pre-sale campaign starts in February the 25th. And delivery will take place in April 2023. And now let's check out some more watches sent in by viewers. And the first one here comes from Dave. And Dave writes, I love your YouTube channel and thank you for keeping up the good work. I've learned a lot from your videos over the years. Thank you very much. I've learned a lot myself, I have to state, and I'm happy about that. And then he writes, like you, I'm a leathersmith, though I put myself at the hobbyist level. A few years ago, I sent you one of my earliest versions of a pocket watch lanyard. They've been improved since, and I have good luck in selling quite a few. I've taken the profits from my leatherwork business and built up a nice bit of savings for a very important watch. Great idea. This week I found that important watch for sale locally and was able to buy it from the original owner, and here it is, a stainless steel Jaeger-LeCoultre medium reverso. Although I've tried the reverso on in the boutique a few times, the sparkle in the dial is even more stunning out in the wild amongst various lighting conditions. Incredible! It is even more legible at a glance, which is surprising for a smaller watch. And on this strap, wow, I really think the Reverso is a comfortable and confident classic. By the way, I live in Canada, so I expect to win one of your giveaways sometime soon. Yeah, some watches went to Canada, absolutely. Great watch. I mean, it's an icon, absolute classic, and I think most watch collectors sneak from time to time around such a great watch. So thank you very much for sending this in. And the last watch, he comes from Terry from Cardiff. And he writes, hi Tim, recently took a picture of one of my vintage Seiko pieces and think it's not too shabby, so I thought you might like to see it. It's my 7A38 7000 reference from 1983. I hope you like it. Yes, and that's another demonstration of the variety of watches that can make their owners absolutely happy. And I'm personally a bit more on the reversal side. It's more me, I think, stylistically, but it's so great that we are so different, and so we all can't stop to convince other people what's the right watch. There is not a right watch. There are many great timepieces for everybody. And when you want to show us your timepiece, then you can use Caseback Watches at iCloud.com to send us images from timepieces, and you could include a bit of your country, your hometown, your favorite place. This would be very interesting to see for us all, right? And best work, horizontal pictures just looks better on screen. Okay, and that's it with watches. Little update for the shop. I've added another belt, another color, mahogany. This is a very dark, beautiful brown with some red in it. And this belt again is custom made, so the buyer can state his or her belt size. And then the belt is finished exactly according that size so that it fits perfectly. Shipping all over the globe is only €6, so affordable for everybody. And so that's it now for this video. Thank you very much for your attention, and until next time. This was an old ending. Until next time. Somebody told me not to use this anymore. What was the new ending? I'm stuck here. So let's end this video until next Friday. Let's put it that way, yes.